Hello everyone, I'm the Nerdy Fool and welcome back to more Baldur's Gate 3. Last time we left off, right here outside of Moonrise Towers, ready to begin our infiltration. And I'll admit to a certain amount of nervousness, because a lot of things have been hinting about us going here for ages, and I really don't want to screw it up.
Best be on my way.
So I guess we'll see how it goes. Oh, hello, ghoul. You just got ghouls wandering around.
His thoughts invade your own, probing for purchase. Your parasite purrs in recognition.
Ah, one blessed like myself. What news, true soul?
A little from the field, what news inside? I'm gonna ask the same, why is one of our rank on guard duty? It's for your superiors to know. I've infiltrated an encampment of Harpers protected by a cleric of Saluna. That could get us an in. And great news, I'm here to take your head. Definitely not. But if we did that, we'd probably be required to just go straight to talking to someone, rather than if we go with something more like Little from the Field, maybe that would give us more freedom to just wander around. Oh, I don't know. I'm just going to say Little from the Field. What news inside?
General Ketherick's advisor went off on a field trip. Zarel's in charge till he gets back.
You'll find Zarel in the audience chamber, true soul. She'll be wanting to hear from you.
That's what I call an invitation. Let's find Zarel and get this caravan moving.
In her name, I guess. The Absolute, I'm assuming, is her?
Praise the Absolute.
Yeah. Okay, so we made it in no problem. Why are there ghouls wandering around and no one is, you know, killing them or anything? And even ourselves, we don't have a attack option, it's a talk option. That's super weird. I'm gonna head over to the ghouls. At least briefly, see how that goes.
There is only the Absolute.
Barely alive by most standards. And still it bows to the Absolute.
That's what I'm thinking. Weird. So the Absolute has managed to gain control or following of some ghouls. Anything over on this side before we go in? Besides, you know, another ghoul.
Anything of use?
Nope, that's an empty barrel. Possibly could use jump, but I don't see anything over there to go check out. So no, I don't think there's anything to see out here. Let's just go inside. It's so weird. The ghouls, I was not expecting that. Because nothing is hinted so far that I remember of ghouls being, well, undead.
There can be no doubt. This is the place. This is where we'll discover the secret of the Absolute.
Yeah, nothing has mentioned the Absolute having ties to the undead that I'm aware of.
Another true soul. The disciple will want to see you through the main doors.
Hello.
Welcome, true soul. The disciple will have work for you, I expect. So much to be done.
Okay, so they want me to just go through the main door. Got a bunch of goblins here. Hopefully none of them were around and know about me slaughtering the goblin camp. Because that would be awkward. I just don't know any of the names to know if they're names I should recognize.
Brothers. Sister.
No, none of those names are striking me as familiar.
I never learned the words.
I guess I will go straight to the main room. I I guess.
I saw it, Trousseau. The army. They're nearly ready. It's nearly time.
The army. I don't want to say which army do you mean. That could give away that we don't belong here. And when the hour draws near and leave it open, see what he says to that. Seems the most reasonable. What role will you take also could be pretty good. But we'll start with when the hour draws near.
We march to Baldur's Gate.
Okay. What role will you take?
I'm trained as an assassin. House Hekar. Perhaps I can serve as a scout or special operations. When the call comes, I'll be ready.
Okay. Do we ask which army? Feels like a bad idea. But I am curious. Hopefully this doesn't backfire.
Us? We are so
Okay.
many. And we are marching to Baldur's Gate as soon as the Absolute gives word. I've never been to battle. I've never been to war. But I feel so calm. Ready.
So that's him. What about you, Furyk?
Welcome back, true soul. Zurel is holding an audience with the General, deciding the fate of those who have failed the Absolute.
Do I want to go in there now? They're having some sort of fate-deciding court system, maybe.
In General Thorn's presence.
Ketheric Thorm. Right. Of course, you're the general. We knew that. You're undead. No wonder you have undead around. You are undead yourself. Ketheric Thorm. What can we find out about you since you're here? Level 11 is super scary. AC 22 is very rough. Strength 20. Charisma 22. He's got some high stats. Aura Protection. Paladin and nearby allies have +6 bonus to saving throws. Paladin and any nearby fiends and undead deal an additional 6 bludgeoning damage to damage dealt with melee weapons. Invulnerable. Immune against all damage while he has the Night Song imprisoned. We've heard about Night Song. So he has it imprisoned, whatever that means. And he's invulnerable until we deal with that. So we were told to find out what his secret is, and we've just found it out by looking at his character sheet. But I assume we need to find Night Song and unimprison it. He has so many abilities too. +1 to spell save DC and attack rolls, dark vision, defense, +1 to AC. Prevents diseases from affecting you. That doesn't matter in our case. Extra attack, Fey ancestry. Immutable form. Spells that alter someone's form have no effect. So we can't just use polymorph on him. Makes sense. Melee attacks deal an additional 1 to 8 radiant damage. On all attacks? It's not just a couple of smites per day? That seems unfair. All incoming damage is reduced by 2. When activated, you can't be moved against your will in any spell by any spell or action. Disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. I mean, that helps us when we're trying to use dex saving throws, but yeah, this guy is going to be rough if we have to fight him, or more likely when we have to fight him. Minthara. Hello.
Why am I here?
Some adepts, some zealots. This could go really bad, because Minthara would know that we attacked her and the rest of the goblins. This could turn out really, really bad. Oh. Is this a court case about why the goblin camp was destroyed? Goblins are blaming Minthara. I don't know. Let's go in. We say beforehand, if this goes super terribly, we can back out.
I will not be slandered! General, you saw my reports. You know it's not my fault.
The facts suggest otherwise. You were ordered to retrieve the artifact. You failed to do so.
If I had been given drow warriors instead of goblin trash!
Oi! What?
You scrag!
Enough!
A blast of mental energy washes over you, filling the room. Your tadpole squirms, urging you to obey.
Let me make sure I understand this. You're claiming that General Thorm gave you the wrong soldiers?
Yes. No!
You blame the Absolute's Chosen for your failure.
Of course it is not the General's fault.
Whose then?
Stay silent, simply watching. Use your power to influence Minthara. Try to force her to admit her guilt. Mentally influence Zarel. Is this... I wasn't watching names. Is that Zarel? Make her show Minthara mercy. Try to force your will onto Ketheric. Push him to declare Minthara innocent. That feels like that's not going to work. Like, he has obvious boss stats. The idea of us being able to force our will on him... What's our wisdom? Just a flat d20. Yeah... I know Minthara can be a team member, which is why I'm wanting her to not get killed here. Whether she'll be a good team member, whether I'll use her, I don't know, but I know she's possible to have as a companion. So I don't want them to just execute her for failure. If that's what they do, I don't know. So I fear making her admit guilt would turn out badly. So I'm thinking we will try and influence Zarel to show mercy. DC 16 on a flat check. And not quite flat, we got our +1. Could get advantage. Uses a 2nd level spell slot. And wisdom isn't particularly useful for us in general. Ugh. If we got advantage, we'd have 2 dice rolls that we need to roll a 15 or better on one of them. With the D4, we could theoretically pull it off with an 11. Assuming that rolled a 4. We only get a single die chance. I'm going to go for the guidance. I don't think wasting a 2nd level spell gives me enough of a bonus to make that worth it. This is already just a terrible roll, though. But it's probably better than trying to influence Ketheric. No, Nat 1 is not what I needed. We do have 4 inspirations still. I'm gonna try it again. Come on, roll better. There it is. That's what I needed. Although, if she's in some way resistant to being influenced and recognizes that we're trying to influence her, that could also turn out poorly. But I'm assuming that's the point of succeeding, is that then there's not going to be a consequence for trying this.
Zarel's mind is a steel trap, but you cautiously ease your way in. You just need to shift her focus a little.
I'm being unkind. Anyone might have struggled with such imperfect tools. Goblins are prone to failure.
Yes. It's the goblins' fault. They failed you, General. Not me.
General?
Take Minthara below. Someone will have to consider her fate.
No! Please! Mercy! Please!
Bye-bye, princess.
And the goblins, General.
You, true soul. You have seen what these creatures are capable of, and you have seen their inadequacies. Isn't that so? What is your judgment?
You know I'm loyal! Tell him!
Enough! True Soul, tell the General how the goblins served our cause.
Faithful soldiers, you should set them free. I saw the horrors they committed in the Absolute's name. He won't care about that, because they are doing it for the Absolute. And kill them, they're worthless. Or attack the half-orc and the General. That, we're definitely not doing that. I swear this Fezzik guy is familiar. I think he's a goblin we've met before, but he's not pointing out that he knows us. So I'm not certain. Tempted to just kill them, they're worthless. Yeah. Keeping them around seems like that will hurt our long-term goals. I don't think saying that they've committed horrors should matter, because we should agree with what they're doing in the Absolute's name, because we're all following the Absolute. So I'm thinking, at least that's what we're pretending, I'm thinking just kill them.
Lies! I served the Absolute! I did everything I was told!
And there you have it. We are too close to the ending and the new beginning. I can coddle failure no longer. Kill them, quickly.
What? No! You creaking old bag of shit!
Yeah, that's not gonna work. Certainly looks impressive.
Sorry, my lord, she's an unbeliever outside my control.
Excellent way to prove your point.
No. No!
Dispose of the rest as you see fit. Or better yet, put that true soul to use. You have far more important matters to attend to. Or have you forgotten?
Of course not, my lord. Thank you. You heard the General. The goblins are yours. Deal with them however you wish.
What am I meant to do with them exactly? Or thank you, I'm going to enjoy this. Or just nod curtly. I don't need to ask what I'm supposed to do. It's pretty clear what they intend. I'm just gonna nod. I don't think words are needed here.
Here in the seat of the Absolute's power, your authority over them is complete. They will obey any command. Report to me upstairs when you're done.
Please! You gotta help me! For old time's sake!
I wish I remembered. Like, his face is familiar, and now, you know, for old time's sake, he definitely knows us. I don't remember when we ran into him. And I wish I did. Because obviously this is a callback to something, but it's just not coming to me. Okay, spill your guts on the floor. I want to see you bleed. Not another word. In fact, not another breath from any of you. If they have to obey our command, does that mean we're just telling them to literally hold their breath until they suffocate? Because wow. Give you a fair chance. Fight me. You either die or you kill me and you're free to go. Or guards release them. These are both super cruel. But we're pretending to be absolute people. Yeah. I'm just gonna go with the first one. Dying of suffocation sounds awful. So, whether we fought them and eventually killed them or have them kill themselves, either way it's essentially the same. We just aren't gonna take damage or use up spell slots, whatever, mid-fight that we might need elsewhere. So, spill your guts on the floor. I want to see you bleed. It feels so bad.
No! Please!
Ugh.
Let's go see Zarel. And mind you don't slip in the goblin guts.
The seat of the Absolute's power, occupied by a general that cannot be killed. But his followers are flesh and blood.
So yeah, Astarion...
We must learn more about his power.
Astarion got a relationship up. Karlach got a relationship down. Neither terribly surprises me. Shadowheart had a smirk there at the end about the don't slip in their blood. Like, that was a very... I would almost say evil smirk that she had there. But no relationship change. You got this, Racha. You're going to be the bestest true soul there ever was. All you got to do is trust Minthara, listen to the Absolute, and do as she says. Then you get your audience, and you'll be proper rewarded. Don't go listening to them fakers like Dren. Dren does not hear shit. Okay. Who were you? Very heavy great axe. Anything special? It's a +1 weapon. Gargantuan Cleave. Swing your weapon with all your might. You can attack multiple targets but become off balanced. Prepare. Sacrifice 20 feet of movement speed to deal an additional 1 bludgeoning damage with your melee weapon this turn. Huh. That is a weird weapon. Alright, should we talk to some of these other people just to get a bit more story before we go to Zarel? She said meet her upstairs, but she's just still standing here, which strikes me as odd.
You'll find traders in the entrance hall. Absolute draws coin as well as pilgrims, eh?
Yeah.
An honor, true soul.
Okay, so they're not giving any more useful information than what we already have gotten.
Don't try giving orders, true soul. Everyone here answers directly to Zarel.
Okay. And we do want to go deal with Minthara at some point.
Good luck, true soul. The disciple demands much of those who serve her.
Someone stop sleeping. We could just go back out there. I'm assuming that connects to here somehow. Yeah. It's Trail of Blood. Anyway, let's talk to her and then see what else is around to deal with.
General Thorm's prayers and preparations must not be disturbed. The rooftop is off limits to everyone.
Okay.
Even you, Disciple Zarel?
Everyone. Keep watch and ensure that nobody passes. Excellent timing, true soul. The goblins. Tell me how they suffered. No. Better yet, show me.
Her mind enters yours abruptly, flickering across your memories in a blaze of excitement. A pool of warmth spreads through your mind as she settles on the memory of you commanding the goblins to die.
Oh, I like you. That was inventive and efficient.
Well, good thing we didn't just let them leave. And enjoyable. Got any more minions to punish? Child could have done it. Waste of my time. I didn't come here to clean up other people's mistakes. I've got to keep playing the part. So, enjoyable. Got any more minions to punish?
Plenty. But I hoped someone of your talents would be more ambitious.
Okay.
You came here to answer the Absolute's call. Let's see what you're made of.
She parts the folds of your mind again, touching your wants and hopes, tasting them. Every emotion soaks into her mind's palette. But there is purpose to her exploration. She is searching for proof of your faith.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's what I was thinking when she started digging into our mind. Is there a chance that she might learn why we're actually here? Distract her with thoughts of your care for Shadowheart. Distract her with thoughts of your romantic desires. Fake it, fill your mind with love for the Absolute. We do have decent deception. Ooh, we're going to get favorable beginnings on this roll as well. So we've got, what, a plus 11? Yeah, on the persuasions. A plus 14 on the deception. Plus 14's got to be good enough. Distract her by drawing her towards your hunger for power. Wisdom. Overwhelm her by unleashing a wave of hatred as you prepare to attack. Definitely not that one. I think the deception one actually makes the most sense regardless. Distracting her with thoughts of romantic feelings or our care for Shadowheart doesn't seem related. If we can make her feel that we are devoted to the Absolute, that's our actual goal. And the fact that we have a better check for it is awesome. So fill our mind with love for the Absolute. Might as well toss in some guidance, because why not, you know? Oh, a nat 1? Are you kidding me? It's the second nat 1 in 3 rolls. What is this? We're gonna roll that again. We've got a plus 15 to 18 and we roll a nat 1 on a DC 14 roll. Come on. There it is. There's our 31 on your DC 14.
There is a tremor of shared ecstasy as she finds a mirror to her own desire.
Perfect. You crave what all true souls should. To be touched by the Absolute. I have already been blessed to stand in her presence. It was bliss. She gave me everything I wanted.
Show me the power she gave you. Good for you. How do I get what I want? Or everything, what exactly do you want? I would love to ask all of these. But since we can connect minds and see events, if she can show me what it was like when she gained her powers, I think that will tell me more than her just telling me things. I'm hoping that's what this is. Show me the power she gave you. I'm hoping she'll show me that memory.
Why not? What's the point in power if you don't get to have a little fun every now and again? She gave me the power to cut the thread of life with a thought.
Oh, okay.
But I can caress as well as cut. That's why you should stay on my good side. And the best way to do that is to serve General Thorn. I have a mission for you.
That's it. Play along. The closer you can get to the General, the closer you'll be to the answers you seek.
Yes, obviously. Dream Visitor giving me advice I already understand. I live to serve. What do I need to do? Oh, do you? Well, it so happens that I have a price. No. We're going to go along. Why should I serve the general? Because he's the general. Like, all of these questions are pretty dumb. We're gonna play along, of course. I live to serve. What do I need to do? Because every true soul... I guess every follower of the Absolute we've met is extremely subservient. So anytime we're doing things where we are standing out of, no, I'm not going to do it, or I choose not to do it unless you pay me, it's like... makes it more obvious that we're not like the rest. No, I live to serve. What do I need to do?
There is a relic that General Thorm requires. He sent his most trusted advisor, Disciple Balthazar, to retrieve it. The relic is beneath the Thorm family mausoleum. That is where you will find Balthazar. But we have lost contact with him. Go there, aid Balthazar if you can, and bring the relic home.
Understood. I'm ready to head out. What if Balthazar is dead? What exactly is the relic that we sent to retrieve? Or you said you lost contact. What do you mean? Again, this is one of those where I hope I can ask all the questions, because they all seem to give useful information. What if he's dead?
Death would not silence Balthazar for long. But dead or alive, he is lost. Whatever has become of him, it is the relic that matters.
Okay. What exactly was the relic he was sent to retrieve?
It is something that General Thorm desires, and that he has ordered us to retrieve. That is all you need to know.
She's suddenly nervous, on edge. Talking about the relic makes her anxious.
Huh. I mean, the fact she won't tell us what the relic is, like, how can I retrieve a relic in a mausoleum? Unless there's literally only one obvious, valuable thing there. But otherwise, not giving me any description means I might not recognize it and grab it. I might grab something else. Our persuasion's awesome, so I'm probably still going to go with this persuasion option, even though it might upset her. Talking this relic makes you anxious. Why is that? We've already got guidance. I don't think either of the others helps. DC 18. Like, we've got over a 50-50 chance. But it's not a guaranteed success like some of the other ones. Ugh. Might still be enough? No. Do we re-roll that? I don't want to get too low on inspiration, but the point of inspiration is for rolls like this, where it does seem like there's useful information. So I'm going to roll again. But again, it's rough when we don't have super good chances. Roll better. There we go. I was worried I'd roll another natural one.
I am in awe of the power the relic must hold to be of such importance. General Thorm will not leave Moonrise without it.
Okay. The relic is vital to Catheric's plans. You should be giving me more support. I don't want more support. Because their people who are near us might see us do things that are questionable. So I would rather we stay with our group of 4 so that we can do what we need to do. So I'm not going to ask for the more support. You said you lost contact. What do you mean?
And I accompanied him. It was destroyed shortly after he left Moonrise. Hardly a surprise. We're protected here, but outside the shadows are hungry.
Okay. Understood. I'm ready to head out.
The shadows around the mausoleum are deep and hungry. You'll need a moon lantern to survive them. Take one from Balthazar's chambers. But don't pry. The last person who snooped into his secrets lost their head. I believe he uses it as a chamber pot.
Good to know. Okay, so this is probably the way to the roof that we are told to avoid. think I'm still going to go up here and explore as far as I can. Let's save just to make sure that just going on to this level doesn't upset people. I assume not. Taking the groves off the table. Dictated to Scribe Yanthus by General Ketherick. Druids meddling and meddlesome. I have a history with them that makes me wary of underestimating them. They will certainly not welcome the rise of the Absolute in their vicinity, and could become significant obstacles if we don't find a way to take them out of play. I speak here, for starters, of the Emerald Grove, and of the Cloakwood Circle. I don't think we've heard of the Cloakwood Circle. No, is that the Druid Grove? The Shadow Druids that, what's-her-face was speaking to in secret. Are they of the Cloakwood Circle? I don't know. They cannot easily be defeated without a significant... Kaga, that's who I was thinking of. They cannot be defeated without a significant diversion of resources, but they can perhaps be neutralized from within. Druids, by their very nature, do not smile, Yanthus, value the balance of natural forces over the welfare of humanity in general, and in the extreme, this is expressed by the faction historically known as the Shadow Druids, who favor complete separation of the circles from what they regard as the ills of civilization. We shall identify the current leader of the Shadow Druids, cultivate them with gifts while intimidating them with threats, and encourage them to see that the wisest and most prudent course is for the Druid circles to stand neutral as the army of the Absolute marches on the blighted cities of the civilized. Disciple Z'Rell shall select an appropriate agent to parley with the Shadow Druid leaders. Eventually, all shall be infected with tadpoles. Okay. So I don't think the Cloakwood Circle was the Shadow Druid Circle that we heard about. Probably. Anything else of interest up here? Can't open up any of those book piles. Invasion of the Plains. A map of Baldur's Gate depicting Upper City, Lower City, and Outer City as far as Worm's Crossing, as well as the Grey Harbor and the near course of the Chianthar, which is the river that goes through Baldur's Gate, if I recall. Recent dismemberment of Agent Mahas, True Soul 26 by Lord Herod's guards at the Ringfork Stronghold is a clear indication that our strategy for co-opting the orcs of the Trialta Hills needs to be adjusted. Sending a herald to talk was regarded as evidence of weakness, so we must assume an attitude of dominance in our next attempt. The true soul among us, who best understands orcish customs, is undoubtedly Sir Yax of Scornabel. He shall be sent, backed up by a pair of ogres, to deliver a direct personal challenge to Lord Herod, using as an excuse the dismemberment of Mahas. Yax is to defeat Herod, and then force him to swear fealty to the Absolute, and in return we shall back Herod in the conquest and alliance of the other two Trialta tribes. Inform Sir Yax as soon as he returns from the Werewoods. Disciple Z'Rell on behalf of General Ketherick. Very interesting to know what their ongoing plans are. Recruiting gnolls. We've dealt with gnolls. The gnolls verge upon being brute beasts who cannot follow orders. Couched even in the simplest terms, they can fulfill one important role in an army, such as the one we are building, that of vanguard shock troops. Howling Gnoll Berserkers can be sent ahead of a frontal assault to absorb defenders' spells and missile volleys, exhausting our enemy's ammunition before the arrival of the organized phalanxes of our less savage troops. Accordingly, Ragsland, that's a name. I think that's actually the name of one of the leaders of the goblin camp we killed. So probably we killed that hobgoblin in question. Accordingly, Ragsland's hobgoblin rangers are hereby detached to the wilderness to track down Gnoll war packs, capture each pack's flint leader, and bring them back in good condition to Moonrise Towers for tadpoling. The Flins can then be returned to their war packs, where we can count on the rank and file to follow the orders of the leaders, who will then be loyal to the Absolute. 6 such packs should meet our needs. See to it. Disciple Z'Rell on behalf of General Ketherick. nothing over here of note. Alright. So
I never learned the words.
that's everything there taken care of. Now I want to explore more of this area. But I think we will end the episode here. And next time we will pick up with exploring more of Moonrise Towers. But I will see you then. Bye.